إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد. طيب, what's the book we are going through? قواعد الأربعة. What does the قواعد mean?
Principle.
That's the translation.
Principles.
That's the translation. What's the definition?
Is it from bina'a? To build upon something.
What did we say? تعريف.
Al-Qawaa'id is the plural of qa'ida. Qa'ida comes the root word or the translation or the meaning is al-usul or asl. And you also use roots and prefixes. وَإِذْ يَرْفَعُ إِبْرَاهِيمُ الْقَوَاعِدَ مِنَ الْبَيْتِ وَإِسْمَاعِيلَ.
Okay. So it's a root foundation, and the Qawaa'id that I am talking about, where يرفع إبراهيم القواعد is talking about the foundation. Yeah. Also, we gave a definition. We remember the definition. ما يبنى عليه غيره. So yeah, reading it. Yeah. So anything that is built upon, that is for. So anything built upon that is qaida, which is the foundation, the fundamental. So this book is that. Okay, this is the book. طيب, we spoke about, I'm not going to ask every question, but okay, the Shaykhul-Islam mentions that three important things that that if Allah gave you, what should you be? If Allah bless you with something, you want there.
Say Alhamdulillah.
La, la, la. You have to be Shakir. What's Shakir? How do you define Shakir? No, the translation. How do we become Shakir to Allah? What's the actual pillars? Okay, give me one thing. Give me one. Got three pillars. Give me one, inshallah. Ibn Qayyim mentioned this.
Now, three pillars. Do you mean like sabr ala?
La. Shukr had three pillars. It had three. Give me one, inshallah. No, I think I'm using the wrong word. Maybe again. Three things, they include three things, shukr and hamd, they're different. Shukr, to recognize the ni'mah of Allah in the heart, speak about and show in the limbs. Yeah. And so shukr, whoever Allah gives him, let him be shakir. And the next one he said, whoever Allah trial, he should be patient. Give him one type of patient, inshallah. La. Sabr ala ta'atillah, being patient upon obedience of Allah. Second one, inshallah. Sabr an ma'asiyatillah, yeah. Being patient against and abandoning the sins. And the last one? Yeah, no, that's done. I'm saying the third type of sabr is? Aqdarillah. So three types of sabr Ibn Qayyim mentioned. Sabr ala ta'atillah, being patient upon worship of Allah. That's what you are saying. Okay. Sabr an ma'asiyatillah, an, not ala. An meaning push away, keep away from the sins. Keeping away from the sins, patient upon keeping away from the sins. And the third one is patient upon decree of Allah Azza wa Jalla. And the last thing we spoke about, إذا أعطى شكر وإذا ابتلى ماذا صبر وإذا أذنب استغفر. Okay, that if he commits sin, he is make istighfar, going back to Allah, make istighfar. We mentioned a lot of verses regarding this about istighfar. طيب, and he said these are the three things that will lead you to be happy, to be happy in your life. Okay, and our life surrounds these three things. If you think about it, istighfar, shukr and patient. Our life surrounds these three things. I think that's why he mentioned this. And Ibn Qayyim mentioned also that in Wabil al-Sayyib, our life should surround these three things. Either we make istighfar, being shukr to Allah, and being patient against the sinning and aqdar. All this encompasses, our life encompasses these three things, alhamdulillah. Okay, what is the millah of Ibrahim alayhi salam? Monotheism. What's the word in Arabic? In Arabic. Hanif, Hanafiya. What is Hanafiya?
Is it to be constant in worshipping Allah?
To worship Allah in oneness. Okay, to worship Allah in His oneness. That's Hanafiya. So Hanif is the one who worships Allah alone without ascribing any partners to Him. Okay, let's go to the next qa'idah. First qa'idah we covered. What was the first one, Azhar?
The mushrikun of Quraysh, they affirmed Allah's rububiyyah. The Prophet still fought against them.
Fought against them. Very important qa'idah. To know the kuffar whom Allah sent His messenger to Quraysh, they believed Allah, the Lord of the heaven and the earth. But yet Prophet fought them. Why did he fight them?
They had Tawheed al-Rububiyyah, but in the Ubudiyyah, worshipping Allah, they did shirk.
Shirk. They worship beside Allah Azza wa Jalla. And this is belief of Iblis. Okay, let's start inshallah. The next qa'idah, أنهم يقولون, and those who worship other than Allah, ما دعونهم وتوجهنا إليهم إلا لطلب القربة والشفاعة. Now here Shaykhul-Islam brings the situation of the kuffar when they used to make shirk with Allah Azza wa Jalla. They would say, we don't invoke them, we do not turn to them, but we request closeness to Allah and shafa'ah. Okay? And the ayah Shaykh used, وَالَّذِينَ اتَّخَذُوا مِن دُونِهِ أَوْلِيَاءَ مَا نَعْبُدُهُمْ إِلَّا لِيُقَرِّبُونَ إِلَى اللَّهِ ذُلْفًا. That in this ayah, Allah Azza wa Jalla described the shirk of the mushrik, and another ayah as well, that as for those who's taken other than Allah, awliya. Here awliya mean deities, protectors, other than Him. They say, we do not worship them, except they will take us close to Allah, zulfa. Imam al-Qatada, rahimahullah, he says that in the tafsir, min tafasir, he says that if you ask the mushrik, why are you worshipping, what is your worship to the idols? Why do you do that? They say, we worship them because they will take us close to Allah. And they will be our shafi'. They will take our reward to Allah. They will intercede for us to them. Okay? Now, this is common ibadah. This is common the methodology of the people who commit shirk. Next verse. وَيَعْبُدُونَ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ مَا لَا يَضُرُّهُمْ وَلَا يَنْفَعُهُمْ وَيَقُولُونَ هَؤُلَاءِ شُفَعَاؤُنَا عِنْدَ اللَّهِ. As for those who worship other than Allah, who cannot harm them nor benefit them, they say these are shufa'a with Allah, intercessors with Allah. So the mushrikun, in these two ayah, Allah Azza wa Jalla explaining to us, the mushrik of the Quraysh, and generally even nowadays, okay, among the Muslims who fall into the shirkiyat, they say we don't worship Allah, we don't worship them, we are only using them as a zulfa to take us close to Allah, or they are just intercessors for us. That's what it is. And Allah Azza wa Jal explaining to us, this is their shirk. Okay? This is their shirk, the shirk they are making. And those people who says that when you go to idols or saints or the awliya and you call on them, as long as you don't believe they are God, it is not shirk. It is a sin, it is a misguidance, but it is not shirk. This is a statement, is a dalal, this is misguidance, because none of the salaf came with this concept of shirk. To go to idols is not okay, but it is not shirk, as long as you don't believe that prophet or idol is Allah or God. That's not a concept of shirk. Shirk, no one ever explained this. Shirk is to worship beside Allah. Shirk is to invoke other than Allah, whether you believe this is God or not a God. So if someone goes to Prophet ﷺ's grave, or goes to Abdul Qadir Jilani, and he makes dua, anything like he requests anything, that is a shirk, even if he doesn't believe this is a God. Okay? In the Quran, Allah said, وَالَّذِينَ تَدْعُونَ مِن دُونِهِ مَا يَمْلِكُونَ مِن قِطْمِيرٍ. That as for those who invoke other than Him, other than Allah, and that include prophets, idols, malaika, whatever they worship, they cannot create qitmir. You know qitmir is? Qitmir is a white layer in dates. Allah saying you worship these things, they can't even create that. Okay? إِن تَدْعُوهُمْ لَا يَسْتَجِيبُ لَكُمْ. And if you were to invoke them, لَا يَسْمَعُونَ دُعَاءَكُمْ وَلَوْ سَمِعُوا مَا اسْتَجَابَ لَكُمْ. Okay? That إِن تَدْعُوهُمْ لَا يَسْمَعُوا دُعَاءَكُمْ. That if you were to call on them, they will not hear your dua. وَلَوْ سَمِعُوا مَا اسْتَجَابَ لَكُمْ. Okay? And if they were to hear it, they were not able to respond to your dua. وَيَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ يَكْفُرُونَ بِشِرْكِكُمْ. That يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ they will disbelieve or deny who? The idols that you worship, or ilah, or deity. They will deny your shirk. They will deny your shirk. Look at this ayah. Allah starts with dua, making other than Allah, yeah? Then He ends the verse with shirk. So what you are doing is shirk. Allah saying it is shirk. Where does it say that you have to believe that idol, whatever you worshipping, that is a God? You don't have to believe it. Merely invoking them is enough to say it is shirk. Allah declared it is shirk. وَمَن يَدْعُ مَعَ اللَّهِ. Now another verse Allah said, وَمَن يَدْعُ مَعَ اللَّهِ إِلَهًا آخَرَ لَا بُرْهَانَ لَهُ بِهِ فَإِنَّمَا حِسَابُهُ عِنْدَ رَبِّهِ إِنَّهُ لَا يُفْلِحُ الْكَافِرُونَ. This is another verse. Allah said, as for those who invoke other than Allah and they have no evidence, لا برهان له به فإنما حساب عند ربه. Indeed, his reckoning will be with Allah, and إنه لا يفلح الكافرون. That the kafir will never be successful. Look at this verse. إنه ومن يدعو مع الله إلها آخر. As for those who invoke beside Allah, and Allah end the verse what? إنه لا يفلح الكافرون. The kafir will never be successful. Shows that making dua other than Allah takes you out of all of Islam. Why does Allah say you have to believe these are gods? You don't have to believe it. But I hope you understand what I'm saying. This is becoming common now, that people might believe that, oh, I don't believe this is a God, but I believe Allah is a God, but it is wrong, but you can call on them. If you call on them, as long as you don't believe it is a God, it is not shirk. No, it is shirk. Allah said so. Allah declared such action to be a shirk. Subhanallah. So these two ayah explains to us the mushrikun, they worshipped other than Allah, even though they believed Allah. The concept was that we call Allah through the idols, through the righteous people, for two things: to take us close to Allah, our action, our everything, to take us close to Allah, and their work, there will be our shufa'a, any intercessors. Okay, they'll intercede for us. And we're talking about they're calling idols and dead people. Yadhu billah. So let's talk about shafa'a. Okay, shafa'a are two types: shafa'a manfiyya and shafa'a muthbita. Shafa'a manfiyya is the shafa'a which is haram, negated. That is dunya. And this is when people go to the idols, when they go to the righteous, when they go to the malaika, and they invoke them. Okay, this is the shirk. Because shafa'a, what shafa'a mean? From shafa', even. Two people is shafa'. So one shafa'a takes place between one person to another. So a person might go to Prophet, and he use him as a shafa'a. Two person, okay, he becomes the intercessor, yadu billah. So, or Abdul Qadir Jilani, whatever. So shafa'a happens between two people. Okay, and what they do, shafa'a is a form of talab, is a request. They say dua. That's why it is shirk. Because he is making dua to that person to intercede for him. But this person is dead. In dunya there is no intercession between you and Allah. وَقَالَ رَبُّكُمْ أُدْعُونِي أَسْتَجِبْ لَكُمْ. And your Lord said, call on me, I'll respond to your dua. There is no shafa'a between you and Allah. It's direct dua you make to Allah. You don't go through anyone. You don't, then inshallah. You don't ask Allah through somebody. You ask Allah straight away. Okay? When Prophet died, they did not ask Allah through Prophet. When Abu Bakr died, they didn't ask Allah through Abu Bakr. No. Allah said, call on me, I respond to your dua. Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu attaqullah wabtaghu ilayhi wasila. Or those who believe, seek wasila to Allah. You know what does wasila mean? Worship, righteous action. This is what wasila here mean. Not going to asking Allah through righteous. Yadu billah. Tayyib. So, this is a type of shafa'ah, it is not allowed. If you understand the condition of shafa'ah, then you will know this is batil. Okay? The condition of shafa'ah is that Allah have to give the permission. Okay? Man dhal ladhi yashfa' indahu illa bi'idhnih. Who will make intercession with Allah except by His permission? Who gave you the permission to make shafa'ah to Allah through righteous? La, nobody. Your shafa'ah is not, there's no such thing as shafa'ah in the dunya. The only thing is we worship Allah, we ask Allah, make dua to Allah directly. وَلَا يَشْفَعُونَ إِلَّا لِمَنِ ارْتَضَى. And no one can make shafa'ah except whom Allah is happy with. So these two conditions, for you to make shafa'ah, you have to ask Allah. And Allah have to be happy with the person you make shafa'ah for. But this cannot take place in dunya. Doesn't exist in this life. We were here to worship Allah, we die. Yawmul Qiyamah, yes. So that's the shafa'ah which is not allowed, haram. In dunya is haram. Yawmul Qiyamah, there will be shafa'ah. If you're righteous, inshallah, you'll make shafa'ah. Why? Because Allah will give you the permission. And Allah will give you the permission to make shafa'ah whom He is happy with. Those two conditions fulfill Yawmul Qiyamah, not in dunya. So what is shafa'ah? The different level of shafa'ah. The first is shafa'ah al-uzma. Okay? That's khas for the Prophet. Shafa'ah al-uzma, except only for the Prophet ﷺ. The great shafa'ah. You know, Yawmul Qiyamah, when the people will go to Adam, and Adam will deny, because they want the day of judgment to start, isn't it? Because everyone going through difficulties, they will go to Adam. Adam will say, no, I won't, because he fear for himself, he committed the sin. So go to Ibrahim. Ibrahim a.s. will say, I'm freeing myself because I committed act of sin, I'm fearing myself. Go to Adam, Noah. Noah will say, no, I can't, because I asked something I should have not asked. Noah a.s. will say, go to Ibrahim. Ibrahim a.s. will say, no. Ibrahim a.s. will say, go to Musa. Musa a.s. will say, no, I punched somebody, I killed him, I'm fear for myself. Go to Isa. Isa a.s. will say, I can't help you, to ask Allah to start the day of judgment. Now the intercession, but I can't intercede, because I fear myself, because people worshipped me. What am I going to say to Allah? They go to Adam. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam will said, he will affirm that, and then Allah will teach him dua, and he will make shafa'ah for the day of judgment to start. This is only the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, only for the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, shafa'ah al-uzma. Then the next shafa'ah khas for the Prophet is that Prophet will intercede for the Ahlul Jannah to enter Jannah. Okay? The people of Jannah to enter Jannah. Khas for the Prophet. Okay? The third shafa'ah khas for the Prophet is that he will intercede for Abu Talib. He must say, but he's not a Muslim. Yes, Allah will be merciful to him, Yawm al-Qiyamah. And that is, Allah will reduce his punishment. Prophet said that, لَوْلَا أَنَا لَكَانَ فِي ضَحْضَحْ مِنَ النَّارِ. ضَحْضَ مِنَ النَّارِ mean, if it wasn't for me, my uncle Abu Talib would have been lost of the hell. Lost in the shadow of the hell. Allah will show mercy to him. Even though he's mushrik, Allah will show him mercy. We know what is the mercy Allah will show him for, because he looked after his Prophet, his nephew, to care of him. He protected him. Okay? So Allah Azza wa Jal will remove his punishment to lesser punishment. And that is the punishment. He will wear a sandal that will boil his head. And that's eternal punishment Abu Talib will get. Yadu billah. That's khas for the Abu Talib. That doesn't mean a Muslim can intercede for a kafir. La, that's khas for him. This first three is for Rasulullah. Then, next type of shafa'ah is for shafa'ah for the Ahlul Nar to come out. And that's for everyone. For the righteous, for the malaika, for the previous nation. They all will make shafa'ah for them. Now, when a righteous man wants to make shafa'ah for people in the Jahannam, for Muslims, these are the two conditions. Allah will give you the permission, and Allah will be pleased with you making the shafa'ah for. He's Muslim. You know, group of Muslim Yawm al-Qiyamah in Jannah, they will say, Ya Allah, why is so and so brother? We used to pray together, we used to go to classes together, we used to be together, we used to go for lunch together. The righteous brother, what is he? For whatever reason, he's in the hellfire. Allah will allow you to make shafa for him. Allah will give you the permission and He's happy with you. Because even though he's in the hellfire, he's a Muslim. So Allah will say, Allah will say, take him out. Actually, they will go in Jahannam, they will not be touched by the fire, and they will take the brother out from Jahannam. So brother will intercede for his brother. Okay? And the two conditions will fulfill Yawmul Qiyamah. Not in dunya. Dunya you can't do shafa'a. There's no shafa'a in dunya. You just worship Allah. Tayyib. So that's another type of shafa'a, that the people will be making shafa'a for the people of Jahannam to come out. Okay? So these are shafa'a of the Prophet and the other Prophet, inshallah, that will be allowed on the Day of Judgment. Also the huffaz of the Quran, those who memorize the Quran, they will do shafa'a, and they will allow to take 73 people with them to Jannah. Okay? 73 people, inshallah. So this qa'ida we are covering today is the qa'ida, mashallah, very important qa'ida. So remember that the two conditions, rida, okay, happiness, and idhn, the permission of Allah Azza wa Jal. Shaykh gives the three types of shafa'a here, mashallah, yeah. Okay, we take some questions now. I don't want to rush into the book. Any questions, inshallah, my brothers? Yeah, question? Any questions, inshallah?
I've got a separate question. It's about making oath. I think I sent it to you.
Oath, another.
Yeah, if someone just say a situation where the child did something bad, and they said, Wallahi, you're not going to get so and so.
Say again.
Just say one of your children did something bad. And
Something bad.
Yeah, like, they misbehaved or something.
Okay.
And the parents said, Wallahi, you're not going to get so and so, you're not going to get to go on you. But they said, Wallahi.
I'm not going to give it to you.
Yeah. And then, after a while, they realized they was angry or whatever, and they go back on that oath. Is there kafara to
Okay, another are three types. We cover this in Kitab al-Tawhid. Another are four types. Another is, what is another? You make something obligate upon yourself, which is not. Okay? So, another, which is shirk, which is to make vow other than Allah. That's major shirk. Okay? Another ta'ah. Another, which is worship. So if you make another vow by the name of Allah, then you have to, if it's worship, it's wajib on you to fulfill that. Okay? Another ma'asiyah, that if someone makes vow to disobey Allah, it's haram to obey that. You don't fulfill that vow, you may have kafara. Because you made vow to disobey Allah. The fourth type of nadhr is another al-mubah. Nadhr mubah is not a worship. Okay? You just make another, for example, if someone make another by Allah, I'm going to make an oath by Allah that I'm going to wear white thawb and fight or something. Do you have to fulfill that? No, you don't have to fulfill that. Majority of scholars say you don't have to fulfill it. Okay? So, because it's not a matter of dunya, it's not a matter of obedience, it's not a matter of worship, so it doesn't connect. There are some opinions that you have to fulfill it, you have to do the kafara. But the Jumhur said, when it comes to the nadhr of mubah, which is related to dunya and things like that, there is no fulfillment of that, there's no kafara on that. So, that question you asked, what is the specific thing they said you're not going to get?
holiday.
You're not going to get holiday or anything like that. Yeah. A lot of sometimes Sahabas made another vow. Someone made a vow to himself that I'm not going to I'm just going to stay standing up. I'm not going to sit down. I'm going to stand under the sun, and that's it. I'm going to stay there. So Prophet said, what's wrong with this person? And he made a vow that I'm not going to sit down. And Prophet said, let him sit down. Just sit down. Because la nadra illa fit. Because they say nadr is only in obedience. La yanaqid. It's not connected. So if it's not something obedient, you don't fulfill it. So they say from that angle, if it's anything matter of the dunya, you made nadr. You shouldn't make anyway. You should keep away from it. But you don't fulfill that nadr. You don't have to fulfill it. Sometimes you have to do kafara. But
that specific question, so that's another mubah.
It's another full under mubah, which is the holiday. I'm not going to.
Maybe go on holiday,
Yeah, so it's a matter of dunya, isn't it?
But
So
what about, because you said wallahi, and then
yeah, but nadar you make by name, isn't it? You have to make nadar by the name of Allah. That's conditioned, otherwise it's a shirk. So, but then you make nadar, it could be any of these four. If it's mubah, then yeah.
the other
Allah
angle,
Alam.
someone who says wallahi and lies, or they make another in business to lie.
If it's sin, then they can't fulfill that. They have to do kafara. If it is sinful, then you have to do kafara. Yeah?
What's kafara?
Expiation. So what is expiation? You have to feed 10 people or clothe 10 people, okay? Or you have to free a slave. If you can't do that, you have to fast for 3 days. First 3 you can do any of them. You have to be in order.
The fasting is what tartil, order.
It comes right. If you can't do any of those, then fast 3 days.
So that's the other
Last-
three. The other three don't have tartib, but the fasting.
Yeah, it comes the last, yeah. So these are kafaras. But people don't know. I don't know why they put themselves in difficult situation. This is another thing, this vow. The vow is not, Allah didn't create you to worship Him through vow. Worship Allah. Why are you making vow? You're putting yourself in a difficult situation. Yadu billah.
So there's no kafara. That person
Mubah, I know the only kafir nadar mubah, there is no kafara. Jumhur, majority of scholars said there is no vow for that. For kafara for that, yeah. Allahu alam. Any questions, inshallah? Then avoid another.
You know the conditions of shafa'a when you said rida, happiness.
And
So Allah has to be happy
Yeah.
with the person.
yeah, so so in dunya, say for example, we take this rida, you are interceding to Allah through a righteous man. But this isn't accepted. Why? Because you're committing shirk. You're doing act of shirk. So this shafa'ah doesn't exist. You meant to do shafa'ah to Allah for somebody Yawm al-Qiyamah who's going to be in Jahannam, and Allah will allow you to do the shafa'ah. But you're asking Allah through a righteous man. This is not shar'an, it's not valid. Doesn't make sense. And you're making dua other than Allah. So this is called shirk. This is shirk. You're invoking other than Allah Azza wa Jalla. Yeah.
You know the tawassul where a person, he might say, oh Allah, I ask you by virtue of the Prophet
Yeah.
Does that fall under being a bid'ah or shirk?
I think Ibn Taymiyyah is bid'ah. He's got a book on tawassul. It's bid'ah.
Yeah, 'cause we hear that a lot in the mosque.
Yeah, yeah.
Allah, I ask you by
Yeah.
your prophet.
I heard it myself. It's common dua. This is not practice of the Prophet. You ask Allah to ask for forgiveness. You don't ask by the, it's
You know,
not
in the
dalala.
Qunut- in the Qunut in Taraweeh, I think I overheard it. And I was wondering, am I sinful for being part of that Qunut where they said
Oh, he didn't know, innit? Because he's going to say that you can't stop that. It's not something. Next time don't pray, do kunut behind him. Yeah. Yeah, go on. Brother at the back, sorry, Akhi, go on.
Can you use the evidence for that as a road for someone, for example, is speaking to someone and they start arguing about that dua they were saying, for example. Can you use the evidence of that?
Which dua?
So, for example, I ask you by the Prophet's virtue, so you're asking through someone. So, can you use that dua as the medium?
Yes, you can use the dalil. Because what it is, Allah commands us, and you will never find the practice of the companions that they ask Allah through Prophet. They never did that. Allah said, وَقَالَ رَبُّكُمْ أُدْعُونِي أَسْتَجِبْ لَكُمْ. And your Lord said, call on me, I'll respond to your dua. Not through righteous. When Prophet went to the grave, when he was buried, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, when he was buried, did anyone ask Allah through Prophet? No. You will not find it. You might find the hadith, they all fabricated. There's one hadith, mawdu'. So when Prophet died, alayhi salam, did Umar radiallahu ask to make salah of istisqa through Prophet, or did he ask Abbas? Yes, Abbas. He asked Prophet. Prophet passed away. So we do not make dua to Allah through righteous. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal. And this is bid'ah. Bid'ah, yeah, inshallah. We don't do that. Go on, Akhi.
But you can ask someone to make.
You can ask someone to make dua for you, yeah. The Prophet asked Umar to make dua for him when he went to Umrah. Yeah, you can ask your brother to make dua for you if you're going to somewhere, Hajj or Umrah. Or you can say, Akhi, make dua. You should make dua for another anyway, but asking nothing wrong with that. Yeah, but if you ask him, but thing is, you can ask your brother to make dua for you, whatever you want to make dua for, you have to try and rectify yourself. And you should involve yourself making a lot of dua to Allah. You can't just depend on people making dua for you. You have to make dua yourself. That's the most important thing. And the hadith said that nothing greater than making dua to Allah. And in fact, Allah gets angry when you don't make dua to Him. Yeah, He needs that dua, but we need Allah. So we need to make a lot of dua to Allah. And nothing wrong asking your brother to make dua. Prophet asked Ali to make dua, to go to Wais al-Qarni. You know, the one who he took his tooth out. All his tooth out. Because he didn't know which tooth of the Prophet was taken out. He took all the tooth out. Prophet, they're going to ask him to make dua for you. His dua is accepted by Allah.
So it was a virtuous thing that he did that.
Yeah. The Prophet said, ask him to make dua for you. Allah accepts his dua. So asking your brother, nothing wrong. If he's going to Hajj Umrah, he's going to go to the house of Allah, akhi, make dua for me. There's nothing wrong with that. طيب يا إخوة, you're going to ask me then?
I was just about to ask what he said.
No, you answered it. You answered, alhamdulillah. That's good. Okay, jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum. Next week,